I'm hearing you guys. Someone asked if I'm hearing. Yes, I'm hearing you guys.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello and welcome to an evening celebrated to excellence. I'm your co-moderator, Shamar whatever.
And I'm Lakeisha Locke. An afternoon will be dedicated to service.
Service which is geared towards giving back to our alma mater. Service dedicated to true loyalty and the quality for students. This afternoon celebrates and recognizes the importance of what UWI STAT is truly about. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 16th UWI STAT Footprints Launch Ceremony event.
That's right, Shamar. I mean, UWI STAT has been able to donate with the Chuddy Zone in the UWI Library at the Mona campus. I mean, grants, bursaries.
Right.
And even in the pandemic, tablets and credit grants, collaborating with UAA, Alumni Association.
And that is definitely the kind of things you'll be hearing from this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're here with us on Zoom, on Instagram, on YouTube, thank you for being with us thus far. And I promise you, if you stay with us, you'll hear a very riveting conversation and dialogue. Lakeisha, you mentioned bursaries, grants, scholarships, giving back. This is an exceptional event, an exceptional organization. Ladies and gentlemen, you're an exceptional audience, and this will be an entertaining afternoon once you stick with us. We're going to start off our afternoon, however, as we get into with prayer with my Miss Patrice Clayton.
And I pray that everything will go smoothly in Jesus' name. Amen.
Just continue the conversation. Welcome. Right, so thank you, Patrice. So, Lakeisha, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us here, Lakeisha, at the Footprints launch event.
It's such an exciting moment.
Right, so far we've been hearing about just the exceptional things that UWI STAT has been able to do across this number of years. Lakeisha, just remind them just what this Footprints thing means. What are we here for? What can they expect from joining with us today?
I mean, Footprints is a student giving initiative, a campaign.
Right.
It's the only one in the Caribbean. And to know that, youths are able and want to give back to their peers to help them,
right.
It's such a great thing.
And I definitely agree with you. And ladies and gentlemen, understandably, we're still in a pandemic and we're still in a very turbulent time. But this represents an initiative and quality of service that I can remember, Lakeisha, last year, when, certain students don't have meals or they're trapped on campus, there's money, there's grants being given to, hey, let's get some meals, let's get water, let's get anything we can to assist. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are any kind of person who enjoys giving back, enjoys seeing persons active in meaningful work, this is a kind of afternoon for you. Lakeisha, what are you most excited for on this stacked thing that we're going to have? What should they look forward to the most?
I'm not sure. I feel like everything, everything is just a wow moment. Every single thing is just a wow moment. I want to hear from the Vice President of Finance what UWI STAT has in store for Footprints this year.
I love it. I love your diplomatic answer. And I tend to agree. I'm looking most forward to hearing this year. We hear that last year we did this, the year before. But every year is getting bigger and better. And as we are just in 2021, understandably, there is absolutely no difference. And we're so pleased. So ladies and gentlemen, continue to stay with us. Continue to share the message as we are here to Lakeisha, we're here to build a legacy and take a step forward to progress.
true.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, but we're gonna welcome our president of UWI STAT Mona, Mr. Jamoy Phillips, to the stage, who'll be giving us his remarks.
Our guest speaker, my fellow executive members, our special guests, especially from the VM Group, who is a big supporter of UWI STAT and a major sponsor to our Footprints initiative. Thank you and welcome to this year's launch for Footprints 2021, or Sweet 16 anniversary. So Footprints is the first regional campaign at UWI Mona geared towards fostering student development across all our 5 campuses and to establish lifelong allegiance to the university and aim to foster Pelican pride. It is imperative for us to know and highlight the fact that this is a student-driven initiative and a student-led financed initiative where we develop merchandise and we seek sponsorships from corporate Jamaica as well as our fellow students on campus in order to better the welfare of our very own students. This is the only and remains the only student-given campaign that is completely ran by students. And this is why Footprints is a big deal. And this is how, as students, we continue to make a big legacy and leave a big footprint and impact for this in leaving our mark on the university's campus. It is our wish that as we go through this launch, you will stay tuned and hopefully your pockets might feel a bit friendly and join us as we pursue this campaign. And to add to that, we hope that as we go through this campaign, you will give us your unwavering support as we earn to develop our students and to give back to society and leaving our marks in the development of the future.
Thank you, Mr. President. And so, as we've heard so far, ladies and gentlemen, from him just about what this means, if it is that you're feeling in a good mood just to give back, and he's underscored why we are here this afternoon, and just if you're still wondering why you should stick around with us, you might be very intrigued. I thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to invite Mr. Dwayne Haynes, who will be delivering the director's message. Mr. Dwayne Haynes is the president of the UWI Alumni Association, and in fitting fashion, he'll be sharing with you just why, again, it is that this is important. Mr. Dwayne Haynes.
Thank you, Shamar. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the VM group and my UWI STAT family. Before I begin, I would like to recognize a few individuals. Mr. Courtney Campbell, President and CEO of the VMBS group. UWI STAT President, Mr. Jamoy Phillips, guest speaker, Ms. Sherry Perrier, all other management, staff, and friends of the VM group, or moderators, UWI STAT management, ambassadors, ambassador designates, all viewers, supporters, friends of UWI STAT and the UWI. Regrettably, Mrs. Celia Davidson Francis, regional coordinator for the UWI STAT Vice Chancellor's Ambassador Program, and Ms. Karina Dice, who would love to have been here, are unable to physically attend today's launch of this highly impactful Footprints campaign. Nonetheless, today, both the UWI Alumni Association as well as the Institutional Advancement Division salutes the UWI STAT, UWI Students Today, Alumni Tomorrow, which has been in existence for 16 years and counting. Ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic has certainly put into perspective what matters most: our ability to be agile, flexible, collaborative, innovative, and formidable during these rather bleak times. Although we are distant, UWI STAT, through the Footprints campaign, has consistently demonstrated that we are all in this together. With that being said, I must point out that Last year, as part of the Collaborative Alumni Association COVID-19 Response Initiative, and when the need arose, UWI chipped in and raised over 30,000 Jamaican dollars towards assisting their fellow students to acquire data plans so that they could continue learning via the online modality. Once again, this year, UWI is slated to award 6 tuition/academic bursaries, which will go a far way in assisting students who have a genuine financial need to continue their quality U education. I don't know about you, but to me, just these 2 instances demonstrate in and of themselves that the UWI STAT Footprints campaign is very important and it's very far-reaching in terms of the impact which it has on the lives of current students, their fellow students, classmates, and so forth. Let me categorically state, with no apology, that there exists no other student organization on campus that does have a specific, direct, or guaranteed source of funding that is able to do what UWI STAT has done through its footprint campaign throughout the 15 years of existence. Therefore, it's within this context that I urge each and everyone that is here physically today, as well as those within the virtual space, to dig deep and to give whatever you can. One cocoa can surely fill a basket. So no matter how small or large, even if you have $100, $1,000, rally your friends, rally your colleagues to give, because in giving to the Footprints campaign, it can assist another student who is in need. Additionally, I'm giving everyone within the virtual space and who is here physically today an assignment. Let us all set a personal target of actively raising at least 10,000 Jamaican dollars in total from amongst our own families, friends, alumni, the VM group, of course, and UWI staff towards this year's Footprints campaign. In doing so, you would have left your mark, as well as you would have further enabled UWI STAT to make a giant step towards holistically enhancing the lives of their fellow students. Thanks.
Lakeisha, did you hear Dwayne a while ago? He said that, ladies and gentlemen, both us here physically present, or if you're watching us from any kind of medium, let's set up a personal Lakeisha, what do you think about his personal target?
I mean, that's the only assignment I want to do, you know. I'm going to try and raise that $10,000. I'm ready to write a check. And
one thing I appreciated, Mr. Dwayne Haynes, he came here with a charge, ladies and gentlemen. He said, if you're sitting down there watching us just casually, this is what it means. This is what we're here for. We're going to set a target. So if you can, anywhere you are, if you see us with our cans, if you see us then with the merchandise, pay attention as Footprints takes you by storm. Lakeisha, he said another thing. He said, we are all in this together. And I thought that's so perfectly encapsulated not only this event, what it stands for, what it's done, what's coming next. And I think it's really, really so great. What do you think about it?
I mean, especially with this pandemic, you know, when we realize that now more than ever, we need each other. And to be able to say, all right, the pandemic is here, but we still want to give back. We still want to help in anywhere we can. It's just amazing.
Right. And I think just as we talk about being in this together, just as we talk about being in this together, and we heard him talk about generously giving back, quality education, quality ensuring a person able to finance their need. It harkened really quickly to me about the Victoria Mutual Group. Why is it that they're here with us today? How they're playing their part? Because we're truly in this together, ladies and gentlemen. Because collaborative measures ensure we can be, as Mr. Dwayne Haynes said again, far-reaching and impact you better. Just to touch more on this, I'm going to invite, just to give greetings from the VM family, Miss Sophia Lewis, Assistant Manager of Corporate Affairs and Communications, who bring you greetings.
Thank you so much, Shamar and Lakeisha. The VM Group is so proud and privileged to be a partner, to be a supporter of UWI STAT. We've partnered with UWI STAT for a number of years. We've started through our president and CEO, Courtney Campbell, being one of their mentors, to now we've extended a financial education program that's on the university campus and which the UWI STAT ambassadors are a part of. And this is called our VM FET. And and we are saying that you are going to celebrate as you achieve your goals. And FET stands for Financial Education to Empower. And even as we are committed to empowering our students, we are so proud of UWI STAT that they have extended themselves and they want to ensure that no student is left behind. And so as Footprints is being launched today, we want to join in the appeal that you give generously and ensure that those who can't afford to continue their education right now, that they can benefit from this project. And the VM group, we continue to stand with UWI STAT, and we also want to extend the invitation to other university students that at the VM group, as our slogan says, we want to transform your everyday. We want to encourage you that you have it within you to make a difference, and the UWI STAT ambassadors, all students, all young people, just like yourself, you are making a difference in any way that you can. And as the VM group's motto says, we are going to be helping you to transform your everyday. So I know that the launch of Footprints will definitely continue to leave a footprint along the university campus, and we are definitely with you to transform your everyday. All the best to the team.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, or you just casually scrolled onto our event this afternoon, the words I want you to remember, we are all in this together, and Victoria Mutual is here to help transform your everyday. Just to continue as it's talking about transforming us, we're going to move right next into an item by an ambassador. So I want you to make welcome Mr. Orain Green with a special item called My Way.
I've been sad, I've been lost, I've been down and out and alone. I've been suffering at a job in the world tries to hold me. But when I wake up every morning, there's a vision of a better place. Cause the harder that we grind, the sweeter is the glory. Oh, people say I'm foolish. People say I'm blind, but I'm not afraid. If I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. I can make it through this. You can throw the world in my face, but the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it now. Gonna do it my way. Gonna do it my way. So put me down, put aside, make your life with your everything. But in the darkness I don't hide, cause I got a pride that gives me clarity. I still wake up in the morning with the vision of a better life. Because the option of defeat is just not written in my story. Oh, people say I'm foolish. Oh, people say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. Oh, I can make it through these. You can throw the world in my face, but the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Hey, oh, every time they build a wall around me, I will tear it down and say, gotta live my dreams. Gonna live my dreams. Even when the floods rush around to drown me, I will hold my breath and pray. Gonna live my dreams. Every single one of I ain't quitting none of my dreams. People say I'm foolish. People say I'm blinded by faith. But if I run out of air, if I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. Oh, I can make it through saw the world in my face. Mother fear gives me life, and I swear till I die, I'm gonna do it my way. Let me fly through the air. If I crash, I don't care. I'm gonna do it my way. Cause the fear gives me life, and I swear till I die. Ooh.
Hello and welcome back. You're with us here at the UWI STAT Footprints launch. Lakeisha, we've been having a good time so far. How are you enjoying art this afternoon?
I'm enjoying myself, honestly, and I love volunteering and
Right.
civic engagement. So things like these, it warms my heart. So I'm definitely enjoying myself. How about you?
No, I've been having an excellent time. I want all the persons, if you're watching us in Zoom, if you're on Instagram, YouTube, say it in the comments, wave your hand. Say, I love Victoria Mutual's motto about transforming your way forward. And tell us just how excited you are to hear that launch, that announcement. We're just counting down, Lakeisha. We're just almost there, we're almost there.
Almost there.
Right. You said at the start that was the thing you're looking most forward to, your favorite thing about the VP of Finance, that guy, to tell us just about what we can look for in store for 2021. Do we have any just pre-expectations on what do you think they might say this year? A bigger scholarship, a bigger grant, more food?
Honest, I would not say no to food, and I'm sure everyone will not say no to food. But VP of Finance is the money man. It's definitely the money man. So I'm expecting him to come and, talk about how we're going to make more money to be able to give back, how we're able to transform our peers every day, to be able to, for them to have a better education. So definitely I'm expecting that from him,
I had a smile just as you said transform it every day, and I think that's so perfectly encapsulating what we're doing here. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for just continuing to stay with us so far. We're going to be next moving. We're going smoothly just right into speaking about the VP of Finance. They're at announcement as at the moment. And I'm going to, without further delay, just invite him to just come forward as he gives you his address for this academic year.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Firstly, I would like to thank our partners, VM Group, for accommodating us for this lovely setup. I know that everyone on YouTube, on the Zoom, our fellow ambassador, isn't it, are really enjoying the setup thus far. We are truly appreciative that we could gather here today and actually celebrate this wonderful initiative that UWI STAT has developed into something truly great, which brings it to the theme for this anniversary: building a legacy, a footprint, a step towards greatness. A step towards greatness. As the Vice President of Finance, this is my goal. This is what I aim to achieve, to leave my footprint for the future. And a part of my initiatives and my goals is along this line. But I'm a man of integrity. I look behind me, I look on the footprints that were set before me. And let's take a recap of Footprints 15.
Introducing Footprints 2020.
The UWI STAT Mona Corps implores you to join us on our Footprints initiative. Footprints is UWI STAT's annual student giving campaign.
A footprint for progress.
While it look like a science book, here a school mega teach. Rev the truck up to the mountain top, and as soon as me reach, go get the skunk, kick the shoes off my feet, then me bless the cup, 32 songs me read. Give thanks for the love me receive, me work every day.
And that was the Footprints.
Yeah, his video is playing.
It was a wonderful initiative. That was actually the initiative that got me involved in UWI. At that time, I was an ambassador designate. I was selling the shirts. I was always on campus, and I was always trying to support. And this is what Footprints is about. Remember, it's the first regional student giving initiative, so it's all a part. It's the main purpose is volunteerism. So with my special honor, I would like to officially announce Footprints 16. It is officially underway. Experience greatness. Sweet 16. More funds, more money, more support, different merchandise, a different style. We at the UWI STAT hope to expand our legacy, expand it in such a way that we are the brand that will be remembered. We are the brand that will always set the foundation for the UWI and increase Pelican pride. So for here, I have some special announcement. Read this initiative. We at the University of the West Indies Mona Corps has partnered with our special We have partnered with our special partner VM Group in terms of various initiatives. One such thing that we try to do is try to leave our legacy. And as the Vice President of Finance, I have established something special for this year. We have decided upon ourselves to leave our legacy and actually leave in our footprints. So I would invite Miss Sophia Lewis with me for this special moment for UWI.
Hello, sir. Hi, Mr. Allison.
Yes.
So it's our pleasure to start off the UWI team on their investment account. So we're opening 2 accounts. We have our investment account and we also have our foundation account with the Building Society. So this symbolically represents your package for the opening of your accounts here at the VM Group.
Thank you. So we're really starting
So
off.
let's do the elbow bump.
Really starting off a launch with leaving our footprints, and with this investment account, the funds that are actually generated for footprints will be stored there. The funds that we actually make internally will be reinvested, building our brand, ensuring that we are able to have more events like this, be bigger, better than ever before. So I'm honored to be the Vice President of Finance to initiate or make this stepping stone towards greatness and allow this partnership with the VM. And I think it was fitting. They rebranded this year, and I think we should accommodate them and make something worthwhile. So another thing on my agenda, read the announcement, is something that persons may not really see. They always see the footprints. They always see us selling the merchandise. They don't know what really happened with the funds. But don't worry. This forum, we're actually here to announce the Footprints Bursary. This is basically all the support we've garnered from last year, the funds that were generated, the shirts that you guys bought, literally you guys bought. So this bursary, if you can see the flyer, it will be dispersed in the later day. This bursary will be accessible to 6 students, 1 postgrad, 4 undergrad, and I'm being generous to my UWI STAT Corps and offering 1 to a UWI STAT ambassador or ambassador designate. They're simply the qualifications that is pretty simple. We're not gonna try to fight you or deter you from actually getting this fund, this bursary. It's a simple 3.0 GPA. You have to be a full-time student. You actually have to do community service 10 hours. So we're not giving you funds to just help towards your tuition. We want to see you embody what Footprints is. Footprints is a student giving campaign. So in return, we just want you to give back. So this burst will close at December 2nd, 2021. So you have adequate time to fill out the form, get acquainted, get all the requisite documents, and really apply. It doesn't hinder anyone from applying. It could be you. You could be joining onto this program just now, and you heard about the bursary. It's probably for you. Maybe it's God's calling. Say, apply. So I'd like to thank you for joining thus far, and I'll turn over to the moderators.
Ladies and gentlemen, we thank just the VP of Finance for that lovely presentation. Lakeisha, what did you think? Because there's no takeaways from what he said.
I mean, I love the handing over ceremony. That was really, really great. I wasn't expecting that, you know. It's a little surprise, and he was really correct. He said he had a surprise and, you know, special announcement, and I like the bursary thing. So
ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us from Instagram, YouTube, or you're here in Zoom was watching us, you're here at the UWI STAT Footprints launch event. Lakeisha, he said bursaries, a bigger and better year, more allocation for student development. But at the start, I said that they're coming to an afternoon dedicated to service and excellence. And I think they're starting to see why. But ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're wondering, We're not at the end of our ceremony just yet. Trust me, stay in tune as we have an excellent and lovely presentation coming up. But at this time, we're going to welcome Ms. Ambassador Designate Sandrine Wint, who will be introducing our guest speaker, and she'll tell you a little bit more about that speaker.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are elated to have Ms. Sharp Perrier as our guest speaker for the UWI STAT Footprints launch. Ms. Perrier is a certified financial education instructor and a business professional. Hailing from Kingston 13, she represents a leader, assertive with keen intelligence and compassion for her peers. Growing up in Greenwich Town, she challenged the notion of limitations projected on inner city youth by epitomizing resilience and overcoming obstacles. She is a cycle breaker. She certainly is well positioned to become a global leader and make a positive impact. Sharp Perrier developed tenacity and resilience while attending vast preparatory that shaped her into a stellar woman she is today. Ms. Perrier is a past student of Campion College, always excelled in academics and leadership. She attained a high school diploma and an associate degree at the end of her studies. Ms. Perrier then transitioned to the University of the West Indies to pursue her bachelor's degree in banking and finance. During her tertiary studies, she became the Vice President of Internal Relations and Communication for the UWI STAT Corps. Ms. Perrier was awarded Jamaica Government Exhibition Scholarship as a top performer in the Faculty of Social Sciences. Upon completion of her bachelor's degree, she expanded her expertise by obtaining a certificate in strategic portfolio management. In 2019, Ms. Perrier was one of the recipients of the prestigious Chevening Scholarship, where she pursued a master's degree in finance and management at Cranfield University. Of note, Ms. Perrier had the best report and finished second in the UK finals in International Chartered Financial Analysis Research Challenge. She was the recipient of the Mayor's Youth Award in recognition of local economic and development in Jamaica. Ms. Perrier landed her first management role in telecommunication industry through consistent promotions that she started as an intern. She worked as a production assistant, project manager, and associate producer on the popular youth engagement program, Talk Up Youth. She once had an investment series on a personal note where she provided investment tips and analysis for viewers and potential investors. Ms. Perrier was a guest on Smile Jamaica, providing essential tips on how children can be better at money management. From scholar to manager to a teacher of financial education, Ms. Perrier's specialties are vast. As such, she intends to make a positive impact on individuals and the wider society. It is my pleasure to welcome you, Ms. Perrier, at the 16th UWI STAT Footprint launch under the theme, Building a Legacy, a Step Towards Greatness. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for that welcome, and thank you all for inviting me. It is a pleasure to be here as your guest speaker this afternoon. And I wanted to just start off by sharing, it's a bit, let's say, different from the normal. I mean, looking back a few years ago, being in the position similar to many of you executives, having to organize a similar launch for the Footprints campaign as the Vice President of Communications and Internal Relations a few years ago, I mean, I wouldn't have imagined, no, fast forward, no, this would have been the experience. We're now operating in a digital space where it's totally different in terms of the interaction. So for those who are online, hope you are tuned in and enjoying the proceedings so far. And I just wanted to also start by saying, you know, what exactly or why exactly are we, or why would we have launched or have the Footprints campaign? Are we really just doing this launch as a, you know, tick the box activity because it was something inherited or passed on from when it was initially launched by the director, Mrs. Celia Davis Francis, a few years ago? Or is it really something that you all or we are all passionate about? You know, in terms of our objective as UWI as I am now an alumni ambassador, is it really that we're continuing to fulfill our mandate of serving the best interests of the University of the West Indies? And are we saying that we're also passionate about giving, or is it really just a tick the box activity? So in keeping that in mind, I will also share, for me, when I was attending the university, what Footprints meant to me and how important I feel it is to give back. So for myself, as a scholarship recipient, I don't know how I would have been able to be here speaking to you today without the support or the guidance and without financial assistance. Similarly, many of the projects or many of the initiatives that you will have now as part of the Footprints campaign, it will not only be of impact or influence on regular students, but the future to come when we consider the contribution to our economy, right? So Footprints for me, it's not just about giving back to the university, but it's also giving back to our future. It's giving back to the society. It's also contributing in such a significant way that it influences the future to come. And when we also think about our current situation, we see as future leaders or even as current leaders in the university, as Mahatma Gandhi would say, you know, be the change you wish to see in the world. That's really what Footprints really meant to me. Being that change and delivering in such a way that it makes a difference. So it's leaving your footprints, making your mark in a different way that influences not just the current situation, but the future. And in some ways, we can say that we don't necessarily have to continue to do this or look at it this way. But if we don't give back or if we don't contribute in significant ways where we actually leave a mark, then where does the society stand in the future, right? I can say if I didn't receive financial assistance, maybe I wouldn't have successfully completed my studies, both my bachelor's and my master's degrees. And just the same, many students out there really do need the assistance and not just financial contribution, because Footprints not just embody small, it doesn't only embody financial contributions in a large way. It also means giving back in small ways as well. So another activity that we took on when I was here was, for example, the launch of the Study Zone. And the study zone in the library was an example of a way in which we felt that students could feel comfortable in the library when studying, as an example. Other ways as well could include, for example, a breast cancer release where we raised funding for those persons who are impacted by breast cancer. So how are some of the ways that you all can make a change and make a difference, not just today, but also tomorrow? That's really what Footprints mean to me. And it's also very important to know for all of us, what is our why? Why are we doing this? Not just for a check the box activity, but also focusing more on the bigger picture and the bigger influence it will have on the society. The value of giving back, as I said before, it extends way beyond what we think now. A student who might receive the bursary could be tomorrow the Prime Minister of Jamaica. It could be tomorrow the doctor that you will be facing when you are probably on your sick bed. So thinking about it from not just focusing on yourself, but a way in which you can or we can all make a difference in different unique ways. Imagine you are all here, you created this opportunity. It's just the same as many of the things that we're not pleased with in the future or in the current society. The beauty is we're young. We have the power to change those things in the future, right? We don't have to sit down and say, oh, we're too old. We can just accept everything as it is now. The power lies within us to make the change for the future. So greatness exists within all of us, and we all have the power to continue to make that change and to make a positive influence to help not ourselves, but to help others. And when we help others, we know exactly how it's not really for our benefit to say what we're getting in return. And the influences, as we see, we're all the Vice Chancellor's ambassadors, right? So the influences and the power that we see here, use that wisely. And not many students would have been inducted, first of all, into the community. So already knowing that you're selected or everyone is selected as part of the best group of students to represent the Vice Chancellor, it shows a lot. So in terms of the influence or power that you have to guide and to encourage other persons more inclusively, because I'm here, for example, as an alumni member, the society can also, the organization, we can get or mobilize more students to reconnect with Footprints. So calling on everyone who are the members of the alumni who are watching, it would be great for us to consider Footprints as not just something that stays within students now currently at the university, but students who have also graduated and also students across the wider region and internationally. Let's call on everyone to really support and contribute back to the institution that has made a positive difference and in terms of the transitions and the foundation that we have. So let's think bigger. Let's consider the power, the influence that we can have beyond just you or us as students today, but everyone contributing together. So I want us to continue on this path, and I would also like to congratulate everyone for all the hard work that you're doing. And thank you for inviting me. And just generally, just closing in terms of the power of small contributions. You are all gifted, talented, powerful, and let's continue to commit to being the change that we wish to see. And I thank you.
Right, Lakeisha. We heard so many powerful words, phrases, lines. I was trying to write them all down and I couldn't even keep up. I'm telling you, she said, as Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that we wish to see. I think we heard some more. We heard greatness is in all of us. You know, and so it's really, really fantastic. What do you think about that excellent presentation we heard?
I mean, it was, I feel like whenever I'm down, I should just call Miss Pereira. So, you know, just give me a little pep talk. You know, she said, cherish the years. You know, we tend to focus on the future and not, you know, appreciate what we have now, appreciate the present and be in the present, because, you know, the present is a gift, you know. So we need to appreciate and cherish the years that we've had to see how far UWI STAT has grown, you know, how far we're coming from. And even though it's a pandemic and things are changing and, you know, money tight and everything, you know, we're still able to do what we can, you know. I love that.
And she said one more interesting thing that I want everyone in the audience right now. So if you're looking over and you're just casually scrolling in Zoom, scrolling in your social media, I want you to listen to this one, Lakeisha, because I think it's so key for why we're here today. And Ms. Pereira told us that we want to call on everyone. This, I said at the start that this is an evening dedicated to service, an evening dedicated to improving all of us. And all of us needs everyone. And I think that was really, really fantastic. So we thank Ms. Pereira once more for this fantastic, riveting presentation. What Footprints means, cherish these years. And I hope everyone in the audience here, I hope Miss Sandrine, I hope Patrice, I hope the guy watching on IG thinks and says, I'm going to start that charge. UWI STAT, here's my $10,000 to start. In fact, we're starting with the moderators, ladies and gentlemen, just to tell you how excited and enthused we are about what we're having today. But Lakeisha, we still have a bit to go.
Of course.
Tell them about the next thing that we have.
Excitement cannot finish just right there, Shamar. So the next item we'll have Mr. Orain Green, who will be gracing us again with another, you know.
Fantastic.
Yes, he's so talented.
Amazing. Truly, UWI STAT.
That's right. The creme de la creme, you know. The creme de la creme.
So welcome Mr. Orain Green.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. I'm gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look yourself and then make the change. Na 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 na. Oh, oh yeah. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize that there are some with no home and not a nickel to loan. Could it be really me pretending not to see their needs? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern of the wind to see, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look yourself and then make that change. Ooh, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. You gotta get it right while it's at the time. You close your heart, you close your mind. Ooh, yeah. Woo, yeah. Oh, na 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 na. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
Lakeisha, Sakisha, so fantastic item again by Orain. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we've been thrilled today just to be exuded by this talent of all across the board, every single present. Lakeisha, what do you think about it?
I mean, it was amazing, you know, and just to show that even though we're here talking about, you know, student giving, we're still able to entertain. We have to entertain the audience.
And in the same way, we're thrilled and excited that we can have those same very students even showcasing their talents, empowering others. So, Orain, big up. He was so good, we had to get him for an encore twice. So, thank you so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving. Lakeisha, I said at the very start that the event, we're not finished yet, and we're still not finished. So, if it is that you're considering getting up for a cup of tea, just stick with us a little bit longer, as I'm sure you won't be disappointed. But we're going to call on another ambassador, another star, Lakeisha, if we will, from the UWI STAT Corps. We're going to call on Mr. Ambassador Chrisandra Baker to give the vote of thanks.
ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you all. It is with immense pleasure that I have been asked to deliver the vote of thanks for such a stratified event. Firstly, I must thank the VM family for being a part of us throughout the years. You have helped in the proper execution of the Footprints launch. To the moderators, Ms. Lakeisha Locke and Mr. Shamar Wedderburn, I must thank you for bringing through the ceremony in such a vibrant way, a way that attracts and entertains the audience. To you, the audience within the virtual space, I must thank you for being here with us. And I implore you, as we have just launched our Footprints, number 16, I want you all to support in every way possible. This is just the beginning of something great. And I ask you that throughout this academic year, that you not only support, but also share and help in such a campaign. To Mr. Daniel Allison and his team, who have watched throughout planning and execution of this launch. I have seen where they have met challenges, but they have overcome. And I must thank you for bringing forth and executing this in such a lovely way. And as I'm about to end, if I didn't recognize you within my vote of thanks, I just ask you to just be grateful, because I'm really thankful for you all, but seeing that the time is short, I have to put a stop on the persons that I'm calling. And as we are about to end, I ask you all to have a lovely evening. And for the students that have tuned in, I know that this is a time where we are preparing for our exams, and I just ask to just pray and continue to do well. I thank you.
You know, Shamar, Ambassador Baker just said, this is the start of something great. And indeed, it's so fitting.
Right. It was just so fitting. I was there saying, wow, let me write this down. There could be no better way to try and close off what has been a fantastic afternoon. Lakeisha, I want to say an amazing afternoon. And I first want to say thank yourselves, your audience, for sticking with us so far. And it's been simply exemplary.
That's true.
Lakeisha, at the start, I said that this is an evening of excellence. I pointed out that here, our theme says we're here to build a legacy. We're here to take a step towards progress. And what we've seen here today, Lakeisha, has been nothing short of remarkable. We've seen this building of this legacy. It's been fantastic. When we speak about legacy, we've been hearing from our guest speakers, from the presenters, that this legacy speaks to us about something greater than self. It speaks about being the change that we wish to see. It speaks about how much can we contribute and benefit back to students. If we can even extend from student and just say, can everyone come together and be all in us? And we heard that just throughout our presentation. What do you think about some of these things in our presentation going now?
I mean, I love the president, Mr. Dwayne Haynes. He gave us all an assignment,
Indeed he did.
For us all to donate at least $10,000. And I feel like I don't think I have that much, but every mickle make a muckle. So right. I am definitely going to, donate something like that. And I really believe that everyone should try their best. Even if you're not a US student, you might think that, all right, I'm not going to US, so I might not be able to benefit from it. But we have to come together. We definitely have to come together and be the change we want to see. So in order to do that, we have to take a step, right? A step to progress. You realize everything has to do with some footprint or some stepping, So definitely, and I'm sure you that are going to keep on charge with assignment. I would hope for it today. Listen, Lakeisha, we're going to pledge right now. The moderator, starting with my co-moderator, will be the absolute first person. Quote us on that, ladies and gentlemen. But it's been a fantastic evening, Lakeisha. And then we heard from the Victoria Mutual family that says, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to help transform it every day, this collaborative action. And we're so pleased to be able to have this here. But then it just got even better. It got even better. As you were thinking or tinkering on about falling asleep, we had our lovely guest speaker come up and to say, ladies and gentlemen, cherish your years and there's greatness in you. And at that moment, Lakeisha, as I saw Miss Clayton in the Zoom,
I saw a hand wave at the moment, and I saw the chat, and they were all exciting and clapping. And I'm sure you had a lovely evening and a lovely afternoon. And I hope that you had as much fun as we did. But Lakeisha, then we had another, and we heard our exemplary Vice President of Finance. What do you think about some of those announcements, the things that we saw?
You know, it's definitely something special. The Sweet 16, you know, that's a very remarkable number. And it came with some announcement that, you know, they were great. The Footprints bursary. So persons in the Zoom land, whoever are watching on YouTube or Instagram, remember the bursary deadline is December 2nd. Right? And the requirement, your GPA should be 3.2 and over.
Right, so ladies and gentlemen, we've been here talking, Lakeisha, about this giving back, but don't forget that ultimately this is about you. As I see the audience looking back and smiling to me, I see this about you. Don't let the opportunity pass up. I'm sure we're going to be sending out reminders. Look out for it. These bursaries, these gifts are about you and giving back. Ensure it does not pass you. Ensure that we're continuing to build this. Lakeisha. It's I almost don't want to say goodbye to the audience. It's been exemplary. What are your final thoughts on everything? Your final word out?
I think we have to tell them goodbye, because guess what? They're going to start empty out their piggy banks and everything now. Start going to the banks and going to the ATMs and draw the money and call up UWI and say, hey, listen, I have some money I want to donate. So who is going to have to write some emails and some letters to their grandma and their cousins all over the world to say, listen, UWI STAT is having their student giving campaign, Sweet 16, you know? They're building a legacy, a step to progress. And we need to progress. We can't just stay stagnant, correct? We cannot. So, you know, it was a lovely evening, and I'm just, you know, waiting on the audience to say, hey, I'm ready to give my money. That is all.
I love that you does your final word out. And just as I give mine, I want to say, I love that you said that by the end, we want persons to start wanting to contribute in that very same way. And I hope that encourages the anticipation to look out for UWI STAT, look out for the campaign, look out for the shirts, look out for the collections, look out and anticipate every single thing that comes. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning, just the beginning of something truly great and special. It was a pleasure having you. I'm your co-moderator, Shamar Wedderburn.
And I'm Lakeisha Locke. Thank you for having us.